पर न तुझ में।
You were standing in your room holding a pregnancy kid in front of Jungkook, who was looking at you in shock and disbelief. Jungkook, how can it be? We never did anything. You bite your lips and look down, as you didn't know his first question would be this. Why, a few days ago, when you came home drunk badly, I tried to stop you, but I'm your wife, so it happened. Jungkook sits on the sofa and look at you. Jungkook, so what do you want now? Why, what do you mean? I'm going to keep the baby with me. He nodded and signed for you to sit. You took a deep breath and sat beside him. Jungkook, so what do I have to do now? He asked in curiosity. It was his first time to see this sign. You smiled softly and say, Ryan, you are going to be a father. Be a good one. Jungkook, what do you mean by that? I'm already the best. He said, changing his tone back to cold and clearing his throat before saying, Jungkook, let's go to the doctor to have your check. Ryan, but what about your office? Jungkook, I will inform my secretary. Ryan, thanks for giving me time. He just and get up and start leaving outside, leaving you dumbfounded. Ryan, where are you going? Jungkook, to the car. Get ready. I will be waiting there. You nod and left to the washroom to get changed. You and Jungkook were now in front of doctor, who was taking a blood sample, and soon later, when the doctor was done with ultrasound, he came back and showed Jungkook the results. Doctor, the baby is quite healthy. Jungkook, it's going to be fine, right? Doctor nodded while checking your pulses. Doctor, you know so much pumping now. And make sure to take care of yourself. Jungkook, I will take care of her. Don't worry. You smile a bit when he said that. Jungkook, you go out and wait in car. I gotta talk to doctor. You slowly nod and leave outside, thinking about what could he be asking. Time skipped to 15 minutes. Jungkook came in the car and found you sleeping. He cleared his throat, thinking you will wake up, but you didn't. He just started driving slowly. He saw a speed breaker in the way and drove the car really slowly, which took him 5 minutes. Soon you wake up and ask, why didn't you wake me up? Jungkook, is there any problem? You realized your house is near, so you signed as you were craving for ice cream, but you decide not to ask him. Instead, you look out from the window thinking what your life hold ahead. Soon you both reach the house, so you start to go out but stop when Jungkook says, Jungkook, here, take this. You turn and find him holding a poly bag of something. You open it and your eyes widen. It was full of ice creams, ice packs, along with chocolates. Jungkook, don't eat them at once. Why, but I didn't even ask you for this. He didn't say anything, so he just smiled and left the car. And this is so new for you because he never acted like that before. Time skipped to evening. You were cooking in the kitchen when Jungkook entered the room. You got shocked as he never came this early. Why, you were early today. It's good. Get freshen up and come for dinner. You saw he continued to stand still there, not moving an inch. Why, what happened? Do you want something? He cleared his throat and placed a small bouquet near the table and silently walked away while you watched him in confusion. You went toward the table and picked those flowers and sniffed them. You went toward a small chittenhead. You read it. I want a child to be careful like the one who is reading it, not the grumpy one like who gave this to you. You smiled at the words. As they meant a lot for you, you placed the flower in a vase and went back to cook. You look at the chit and stick it on fridge. Soon Jungkook came downstairs and was about to open the fridge to drink water, but stopped when he saw the chit pasted on the fridge. Jungkook, why did you stick it? Why, I'm going to show it to a baby. Jungkook became embarrassed and was about to take off the chit, but you stopped him, so he just sang and settled down for dinner. You served the food in front of him and sat beside him. Jungkook, why didn't you serve some for yourself? Why, I'm feeling like vomit every time I'm smelling or eating. Jungkook, still you cook, huh? Are you dumb or what? Why, it's because you always make complaint about maid's food. Jungkook, I can adjust. Don't cook again for me. He said in a cold tone and shifted his food aside before walking toward the kitchen. Why, no, I'm not hungry at all. Just have your dinner. You say, stealing your eyes away from him. Jungkook sighing as he know what you had done. Jungkook, you eat snack from outside again, right? You shook your head, so he said again and have his dinner in between. He say, Jungkook, if I find them in the house, I'm gonna throw them. Few weeks later, Jungkook was cleaning your room, where you found your phone. He sang and opened it and mumbled to himself, Jungkook, I should check a good photo of us. Together, I have none. Maybe share some? He opened the gallery and started scrolling when suddenly a notification popped out. He slid it, but it ended up opening. His eyes widened a bit when he sees the message. Hello, Ryan. It's me, who once was your lover. Do you remember? We met 3 months ago in the club on that day. I couldn't stop thinking about you. Just come back to me. I'm going to give you a good life. That husband of yours will never love you the way I will, your lover. Jungkook's heart shattered in pieces reading the message. He deleted the message before closing your phone and decided to ignore it, knowing you will never leave him. He came downstairs and found you watching a movie while sitting on the couch holding your arm. He bit his lips before sitting beside you. Thousands of questions were in his mind. He cleared his throat and asked, Jungkook, when did you last go to club? When, huh? Club? I went there 3 months ago. Why are you asking? Jungkook, nothing, it's nothing. You found him acting weird, but didn't say anything, thinking he is just concerned about you. Jungkook looked toward your tummy and continued to stare. So many questions were raising in his mind at the same time, which created a mess inside him. He knew how much you used to love your ex back then, as Jungkook and you were in the same college before. He was having the thought about what if you still love your ex and just acting to be happy with him all this time. His eyes start to get numb, but he has to stay strong, knowing it doesn't suit him. You notice his eyes redness and get worried. What happened? Are you crying? Jungkook, nah, something got in my eyes. Probably dust. Tell mates to clean properly. He made an excuse and left from there, wiping his eyes with a napkin while they were looking at him dumbfoundedly. As the time passed, the thought of you leaving Jungkook started building in his mind, and in between this, a thought appeared where he thought, what if the child you were carrying is not his, but belonged to your ex? As the days you mentioned sleeping with him was the same day when you go to the club in the evening. Jungkook became mentally stressed, but couldn't have dared to ask you, thinking it would hurt your feeling and may end up causing a big misunderstanding. As the month passed, Jungkook took well care of you, even if his tone stayed cold. But you don't mind it, knowing it's his nature. You are in your 9 months right now. You were sitting on your bed, sleeping peacefully, when you suddenly felt something heavy on your tummy. You lightly opened your eyes and found Jungkook had there. You wanted to feel the baby. You smiled at his action. Jungkook's eyes widen when you see you are awake. He moved away lightly and cleared his throat. Jungkook, I was just, it's fine, it's fine, it's a child too. You suddenly felt a sharp pain in your abdomen, and a scream left your mouth. Jungkook became worried and grabbed your shoulder gently. Fine, it's time, Jungkook, fast. Jungkook, what am I supposed to do? Should I carry you out or should I what? You slapped him in anger as he was taken like Adam. He was shocked for a second before he picked you up and rushed out to the car. Doctors took you to operation room while he continued to roam outside. He could hear you scream. He was shaking his leg as he wanted you to be fine, even though he doesn't show you care, but he really does. Soon the sound of baby cry can be heard. Jungkook fell down on his knees and his breath started to get heavy. Effie doesn't know how he is going to take care of the baby now. A doctor come out and Jungkook get up. Doctor give Jungkook a smile and say, Doctor, both baby and your wife are fine. You can meet them now. Jungkook entered the room and found you on the bed sleeping with a newborn on your side, whom the nurse took to clean up. Soon the baby arrived and the nurse put it on your chest while you were lightly open your eyes and carries the baby back while sobbing. Meanwhile, Jungkook was standing far. His eyes were looking at you both with dark circle under his eyes. You open your eyes properly and look toward Jungkook with a weak smile. Fine, it's a baby boy. Come hold him. Jungkook, I don't want to risk him. Fine, you are a father now. Come fast. Jungkook gulped and went closer to you. Then he took the baby carefully and mumbled, Jungkook, should we name him Junshi? Fine, sure, it's a nice name. Jungkook, I will take care of the baby. You sleep now. You need rest. You continue to smile, but it dropped when you realized Jungkook wasn't happy. But he decided not to ask. Fine, I'm sleeping then. Wake me up when Junshi will wake up. Jungkook nodded and left, taking Junshi with him. Jungkook was walking toward the doctor cabin to ask about your condition, but stopped when his view went toward the DNA test center. Here Galvan took a step forward but didn't move further, thinking about what you will think if he found out. Half an hour later, he came out from the DNA center with an emotionless face, holding a sleeping baby, before walking toward the doctor cabin, waiting for the reports to arrive. Time skipped to morning. He was getting ready to go home as you were feeling uncomfortable in the hospital bed. Jungkook had gone to take the car while you were packing your things when suddenly a phone rang. You saw it was Jungkook's phone. It was from the hospital number, so you decided to pick it up. Why, this is Miss John. What is it? Nurse, Miss, the DNA test reports have arrived. Please come to take them. Why, you must have some misunderstanding. We didn't do any DNA test. Nurse, but Mr. John came with a baby boy and asked for it. Your words get stuck in your throat. You couldn't believe that Jungkook did such a thing when he should be the one to trust you the most. At this point, tears start rolling down from your eyes, but you wipe them because you don't want to look like a weakling in front of your child. You tell the nurse to call Jungkook again later.